All right, we need to get Ava on with us because she needs to or wants to make amends with her brother. She hasn't spoken to her brother in almost 3 years because he and his wife are still mad at her after she got drunk at their wedding and embarrassed them. Well, now she's getting married, and so she wants us to help fix their relationship. Ava, girl, this is a tall order this early in the morning, babe.
Hi. Yeah, I know. It's such a mess. So I called you guys because I need help contacting my brother. We haven't been speaking for almost 3 years.
Girl, what happened at his wedding that caused a 3-year rift?
Well, okay, so my brother and his wife, they're mad at me because I had too much to drink at their wedding, and I kind of embarrassed him and his wife. It was awful. But yeah, so some things that I've done, when I was drunk at their wedding was like I grabbed the microphone during the maid of honor speech and I started rambling about things I thought were funny at the time. But yeah, so I was like dancing inappropriate on the dance floor, twerking on the bride's father.
Twerking? Wait. Hold on, Ava.
Yeah.
You were twerking on who?
On the bride's father.
Wow.
So your brother's now father-in-law. You were twerking on.
Exactly. And then I photobombed pictures that other people were taking, including like photobombed official wedding pictures.
What did you drink, and where can I buy it?
I know.
He's having the time of your life.
Tequila.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
Tequila. But you know what? It was the house tequila. Like I don't know what brand it was, so maybe that was. You got to stick to the high shelf.
No.
Yeah, I'm sure it was laced with something.
We're not blaming this on bottom shelf tequila.
Jamie Foxx did it.
No, you're gonna own this one, girl. All right. So that stuff is bad, but I mean, still 3 years. Anything else you did at the wedding?
Yeah. Well, okay. So I didn't see the bride and groom. The cute little cake smashing thing. So they didn't do it. They weren't doing it. So then I walked up to them and. I smashed it in their face. But I wanted them to get that photo moment. I wanted them to get that moment for the photos. You gotta have the cake smashed in the face.
No, Ava, you don't, babe. That's not everybody's cup of tea.
But here's the thing. So I was instantly, all right, so the next morning when I sobered up, I was so regretful, so embarrassed. But my brother and his new wife, they refused to speak to me.
I don't blame them because, think about it, Ava. Let's take a pause here. Because I was like, man, what can you possibly do? And when you add all that stuff up, you ruined his wedding and you ruined her wedding. This is all that money and that time and the effort. And I mean, I know this is 3 years after the fact, and I know you feel regretful and remorseful, but that's a really big deal to ruin somebody's wedding day.
I know. And then I've only seen them one time since all of that at Christmas a year and a half ago, and they iced me out. They didn't speak to me at all. So, but here's the thing, but now I'm getting married, and I hate that my own brother hasn't even met my fiance. So I want to clear the air and just ask for forgiveness. I'd really like for my brother and his wife to be at the wedding. I tried reaching out to him, but she blocked me. He just refuses to respond. So I need your help to tell him I'm sorry and, maybe give me another chance and I'll make it up and start fresh.
So there have been failed attempts at apologizing or asking for forgiveness before this? Because for me, I feel like it would almost be received as the nerve of you to now want to reach out to ask for forgiveness because you're having a wedding after you attempted to ruin mine. I don't know if that would be the first time that you should ask for forgiveness.
I know. Yeah, but you know what? At least I could say I tried because I know I'll regret it if I don't even try to ask for forgiveness. In 10 years or whatever, when none of this matters.
Ava, is the wedding the only thing? Because I'm trying to think of myself, and Kristen, I'd love your opinion too. If my sister ruined my wedding, I would be so angry, and I'm sure I wouldn't talk to her for a year. But 3 years, I feel like I'd be able to get over it and get past it and be like, you screwed up, you made a huge mistake. What's done is done. Exactly. We're family.
Yeah, the brother probably, the bride, absolutely not.
Okay.
And so, and his loyalties to his wife now. So if the wife is still, and the bride is still like super upset, that's not her sister. It's technically her sister-in-law. And if she's still upset, which I wouldn't blame her, I can see him being like, well, I got to choose my wife's side.
Well, if it's a pattern, this might have just been the last straw in feeling like you just constantly ruin so many moments for us that this is the last thing for me.
All right, so Ava, you had reached out to us, and Tommy did reach out to your brother, so we're going to let you know what he had to say, okay?
Oh, my God.
All right, hang tight. I'm going to let Tommy take over because he was the one that reached out to Ava's brother.
All right, Ava, I tried texting and emailing your brother at his work email address that you gave me. I explained who I am, who the Bert Show is, and why I was contacting him. And I explained that you're incredibly regretful and embarrassed by what you did at their wedding, and that you're desperate for their forgiveness and to clean the air. I told him that you really miss him, and I also let him know that you're engaged and that you think that he, your brother, and your fiance would really get along because they have a lot in common. And I asked if he and his wife would be open to a meeting so that you could apologize in person and clear the air. I did not hear back from him on phone, but I did get an email response. And this is what he said.
Oh, wow.
He says, "Thanks for reaching out to me. I appreciate you passing along the message from my sister. I am aware that she is engaged. I hope he's a good guy."
Well, yeah, because I'm sure, like, whatever you tell your parents, this must be breaking your parents' heart too, right, Ava?
Yeah.
So, I mean, whatever you tell your parents are going to tell your brother, and I'm assuming the same happens vice versa.
Yeah.
I said, as for meeting up and all that, well, I'm not making any promises. Look, I won't beat around the bush here. I won't beat around the bush here. She ruined our wedding, to put it lightly. My wife and I...
It's like, they got to get over that.
Hey, Ava, hold on a second. Girl, that was... Let's hear him out.
My wife and I, along with the rest of our family who footed the bill, were and still are pretty furious. It also wasn't just us. We got an earful and several angry emails from various wedding vendors too. I'm not saying I'm closing the door on reconciliation, but it's not just up to me. My wife's opinion matters a lot in this situation, and she's not exactly jumping at the chance to be in the same room with my sister. I'll bring it up with her, but she's going to be a tough sell. So I guess what I'm saying is, don't get your hopes up too high. I'll talk to my wife about it, and we'll see where things go from there. Either way, tell her congratulations on the engagement. I hope her wedding day turns out better than ours did. Thanks again for reaching out. I'll be in touch. That was it.
Well...
He's going to... Hey, so Ava, let's try to look at this positively. Let's take a page from Cassie's book here. Try to look at like everything positively. He's open to it. Because he's going to talk to his wife about it. And I know you're like, just get over it already. Ruining somebody, one of the most important days of their life. It's not like you ruined a barbecue or you ruined a birthday party.
Right.
You ruined a wedding day, okay? So let's take some ownership of that. I wish this was something that, you know, if you didn't have a bunch of transgressions before that, and this was obviously a huge mistake, that there could be some forgiveness, like somewhere down the road. Give him a chance to talk to his wife. And if I were you, I'd stay persistent and I would stay remorseful, but I wouldn't get indignant about them not being willing to forgive so easily.
Oh, I think the sister-in-law is for sure showing up to the wedding. And I think the second she decides she's going to the wedding, she's going to start plotting different ways that she can start ruining your big day. So I think she's probably going to feel a little vindictive.
Security guard at the wedding.
Right. So you probably need to hire some security. So I think we've got, like Kristen said, you got to take some ownership over it. And listen, if she does show up, I think it's going to take huge cojones on the sister-in-law's part. Because if you ruin my big day, I'm going to be thinking about different ways that I could make your day just as bad as mine.
Listen, you've started the ball rolling, right? If you are very remorseful, then keep doing little things, like send her flowers, like do little things, and not to pester, but to be like, I'm sincerely sorry, and I really want to make amends because I want my brother and I want you a part of my life, because you guys are going to get married, and then if this is something that's on your life list, you're going to have kids, and if you have kids, you're going to want to know your niece or nephews, and vice versa. You're going to want your kids to know their cousins. Like, if you're thinking like big picture here and long-term picture here for everybody, then you need to start being more proactive.
And if that doesn't work, I think we lean into what Abby is saying, because everybody loves a good payback story. I ruined your wedding, come ruin mine. Let's call it even.
Let's call it even.
The Bert Show.